put together this display today, you'll either need a drill or a screwdriver. I'm gonna use a drill because it's faster. Starting with step 1, we're gonna take the circular piece and the silver legs, and we're gonna take the longer of the silver screws right here. So there's 2 types. There's a shorter one and a little bit of a longer one like that. So take the longer ones for step 1. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the silver piece and make sure the flat side is facing out and the grooves are facing in, and you're just gonna put them on right there. So what I like to do is put in first 2 screws, then I line them up with the holes like this, push them in, and just drill them in, or screw them in if you're using a screwdriver. And you're just going to do that for all the pieces, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counting this one. Okay, now that we're done with this piece, we got all 6 legs on. We're going to move on to step 2, and that's attaching this top piece to the spinny part right here. And to do that, we're gonna need this one big bolt that comes with the nuts, and we're just gonna put it through the top of this one all the way through the bottom of this one. That there. Put it on the side actually. Line it up with this one. Washer on, and then the 2 nuts. Just hand tighten them all the way. Okay. Once you got a hand tighten, you can just take this and screw it in from the front, while holding the nuts in the back, just ever so slightly. Doesn't need to be too tight. Alright. Now that we're done with that step, we're gonna move on to step 3, and that's building the base with the wheels and putting the top brackets on to this square piece. Legs have these holes at the bottom of them and at the top of them, so it doesn't matter which way they go, as long as the flat side is facing out. I'll do this last one here. Also has these holes for the feet, and it does come with 2 locking feet and 2 regular feet, and then the feet come with their own screws, and there's these little short ones right here. I'm going to do the same thing. So we'll put 2 of the locking feet on one same side. Alright, now we're finishing up the last wheel. Alright, so now once that's done, flip it over. And we take all these side pieces that came, and all they do is just slide right here in between, just like that. And then once you got them in there, if you need to retighten your screws at the bottom, go ahead and do that. And just slide them all in. Alright, so, and then once you have all the other ones in, you take the door and you put it in. Just like that, and then that'll be able to open and close, and you can keep any extra storage down here. Alright, so now we're going to just take this top part and just put it right on top, just like that. And these corners will line up with these poles. They have screws at screw holes at the top, and you just line all these up, and you will use the same big yellow screws to tighten these down. What I like to do is at first line up all the holes and just get like a finger tight, just 1 or 2 things, 1 or 2 times, to make sure that all the corners are lined up properly before you tighten it all together. Okay, once you have all the screws in just a little bit, go ahead and tighten them all. I just go and I just put them in a little bit at a time each, and I just go put them in a little bit and then go around to all the other ones, and then tighten them all the way down on my last go around. Alright, now we're done with that. Now we're just gonna move on to part 6, and that is adding on all these plastic sidings. And the way you want to do that, they have 2 sides to them, the one with the groove and the flat side. The flat side will go forward, the groove will go to the back, and these 2 screw holes will also be at the top. And all right, now you'll just line up all these grooves and slide it down. Before you put in all the walls, you want to put on the mirrors on them first. So what you take these big ones apart like this, and what you do is finally use the small screws. The small screw goes through the middle of here. You drop it in like this. Now once you have that, you just put the screw in through the here, and just like that, put it there. Put your screwdriver in, and then take the nut, put it in the back, on the back of the screw. We're just gonna put it right here, and we're just gonna tighten it up. As you screw it in, it pulls the nut in all the way, and we're gonna do that for every one at the top hole. So once you have both those tightened in, you take the mirror and the bigger you take the mirror and the bigger screws that came with here, and you just put them through, and you just get one started, so you can line up the second one, and you just tighten them up. And then once you're tightening it up and you're done building, you can take off all the plastic protection on the mirrors and the sides of these. And for the rest of these, you can either finish putting on the mirror holders, either putting the walls on the display, or you can just do them on the floor and just put them in when you're done. last one of these. Now I'm just going to finish screwing in the rest of the mirrors, and then we're going to move on to the last step and putting on the top on it. Alright, now we're done screwing in all the mirrors. Last piece is going to be this part at the top, and it has all these holes that line up with the top of these right here. And for these, we're going to use the longer of the silver screws, like these. And what I did the same thing as the bottom, I like to just get them in there a little bit to get all the holes lined up. So just twist them in there 1 or 2 times. And you're just gonna finish tightening all this up and we'll be almost done. Alright guys, now we're done putting on the top, and the last part is to finally add these plastic pieces in. Now don't start at the top, make sure you start at the bottom because they slide from the top down. If you start from the top, you won't be able to get them all in. And you just slide them up, push it down all the way to make sure it locks in fully. Alright guys, now you're just going to finish putting in the rest of these all the way around, and you'll be finished, and we'll have some pictures of the final product. And then at the bottom here, you can keep some storage and whatever you would like, and you're done. So we'll see you guys next time. We'll have some pictures at the end of the final project with some glasses in it. Hope you guys liked it. Bye.